right around $1,000, and I decided to remove it and send it off to PSA. I do have a lot of other stuff, but I'm kind of stuck with it, and I also hope it does get resolved.
Mhm.
I it is suspicious that it's taken this long for any type of update. Um, so I really I don't know if they're. It's just the investigation is broadened out so much that it's gone into the victim's family and their involvement in it. Um,
Mhm.
so that's kind of what I'm thinking, that maybe it's broadened out that much, but then also the amount of crime out there, they're probably not able to.
Get to it right away.
Yeah, yeah, and that could be another issue too. Where, but these.
Corruption and stuff like that. Like there's murder cases and
Oh
other
yeah,
cases. Like you think they're worried about, I don't know. I don't know. I guess hopefully we hear something by Thanksgiving, maybe Christmas, especially after the World Series is over this past week.
yeah. I have no idea. Um, there's been really no leaks out of the prosecutor at all. The prosecutor hasn't said anything at all. So, and I know the prosecutor's tough. I did some background in her, and she is. I'm not sure if she's a corruption type of person. I'm sure maybe her surroundings, her superiors, maybe are involved in some type of corruption, but she seemed pretty legit and seems pretty tough. So, I mean, it's who knows what's going to happen. I've not been letting myself get excited about anything until I see the something hard proof that he has no allegations. But I mean, we look at Trevor Bauer saying, Trevor got buried by the press, by the Dodgers fans, by just everybody, and I mean, he came out pretty clean. I mean, his evidence that he showed just showed how awful this whole situation, with this lady, just
Something the video he posted on his YouTube page, right? Something about a hill or something like that. The
a
girl,
what now?
the
What's
girl
that?
named Hill. I think that's her last name.
You mean the pro? You mean Trevor Bauer's victim?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I think with I'm guessing to say that with the Wander situation, you're probably looking at more of it was a money issue. It was try to get rich quick, and
Extortion or something like that. That's what
yeah, I mean,
I heard. They're trying to get. They're trying to. Yeah.
well, I'm the problem is when you fall into extortion, and it sounds like he was already paying them, then it sounds like he's hiding something, and which isn't good, I mean, at one point he just said, I'm done. I'm done paying this money, and it doesn't look good either. It doesn't look good.
Yeah.
So I I mean, I'm hoping that he gets cleared too. But there's been no indication from the prosecutor which way they're going, how they're going. It's been, which is surprising because usually when you go into third world countries or Mexico or wherever, there's always leaks and there's always, but it's been pretty pretty much quietness, and that's what makes you think maybe they're not even like focusing so much on it. They're just focusing on other things. I mean, there's a lot more serious. I mean, there's robberies out there, there's murders out there, there's all kinds of stuff going on out there. This is not a priority, and of course, unfortunately, it's going to kind of sacrifice the any time his playing time in the future by just putting the file on the side and focusing on other things. And I'm sure there's a Dominican Republic, from what I understand, once these players are done games and they walk out the door, that's all there is girls. Girls lined up, and and they're all young girls, and so it's I guess maybe socially accepted out there to a
Mhm.
certain point. So
Yeah.
so I'm sure there's a lot of it. I'm sure there's a lot of it, and
Do you think this leaks into like February, March, spring training? Maybe like start of the season, like where we what like maybe hear something a little bit, but not like enough to be like, hey, is he going to start the season?
um, hmm,
They're saying it's going to go into November. That's what I heard, and we're like a couple weeks from Thanksgiving, so I don't know.
yeah, I would think that if he's not guilty, this they should kind of resolve it. I mean, they know they've already interviewed people. The MLB's been out there. They've already, I think they know where this is going and why nobody's saying anything at all. It's not good. It's not good for Wander. It's not good for the victim, if there is a victim. Um, and usually so it's been out on the internet. These things take a long time. They don't take a long time. When there's a sex crime, you want to resolve it quickly. You want to take that person off the street. You want to get them
Yeah,
in
usually if
custody.
he's guilty, you would think it would. I mean, this is going on almost 4 months. Well, three
Yeah,
months. August 12th, so almost 3 months. So you would think, and then the radio people were saying, "Oh, the investigation is still ongoing." They confirmed it. Usually that means more evidence, but they're only radio guys. They're just trying to put fear into people, and I don't know.
yeah, yeah. I'm surprised if he was guilty of this. I think it would have been the actions would have been a lot faster. So that's what kind of makes me believe that there is some hope here because nothing's happened yet.
Yep.
Um, I mean, sex crimes, you always want to protect the victims as soon as possible. You want to remove that person from being able to victimize anybody else. So usually those people are removed very quickly. And we haven't heard anything from the FBI or storming his house and
He hasn't
knocking
got
his door
raided,
down.
or he hasn't. I don't
Nothing.
know if he's even been talked to yet. He's posted stuff on
Yeah,
social media about good stuff about a song and stuff like that. But I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know how much he could take into that. He posted a picture of his car. Looked like his neighborhood.
yeah. He was in Florida, I guess. Unless he takes his car. I mean, I don't know if he takes his car to shipped out there, but it looked like he was in Florida. I mean, did it look like he was in Florida?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think he will
It
be in the
didn't look.
DR during this time. That's. I don't know.
Um. So I mean, if he wa- if I'm guessing here that 4 months in, something more should have happened than nothing at all. And of course, if they're investigating the parents for um, extorting him, again, they probably don't want to make that public yet. Maybe this is going to take another turn. I don't know.
Like
But
bad, or just like an update.
I think they should have. I think by now they should have given some type of update. And if you go back
Yeah,
to August,
Hector Gomez said that it was gonna turn into Bauer and Vasquez level. That was 2 months ago, and then someone said, "Oh, that's not right," and then someone, I don't know. It's just a mess right now. It's messing with my head a lot because I mean he's one of my favorite players. I got a signed bat. I got multiple signed rookie cards. I got two signed rookie cards. I got a um. So yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I probably have myself about 15, 20 signed cards. Um, I did invest quite a bit on him. So
yeah,
I at this, at this point,
almost $1,000 probably between the
I
bat
think
and the balls and the cards.
yeah, I think I have a little more than that. Um, um, I guess I guess until there's some information, until the public, as far as there's a public release, MLB comes out with a public statement, then for sure we'll know what's going to happen or what's not going to happen. But there's just been total silence from all ends. I'm sure Tampa Bay doesn't want to continue paying him as well, and they're probably anxious to say, hey, we need, they need to move on too here. If he's not coming back, let's move on. But if he's hanging in there, and MLB would have probably told Tampa Bay by now, hey, it's, I don't know, it's, there's been just nothing said at all. And um, maybe somebody's not cooperating. That's why, because as soon as you open up a case like that,
Yeah,
uh,
I heard one of the girls is not cooperating, and she dropped it, and one of the girls was 18. Someone said she was 14, and I'm like, no, you said she was 20 or something
yeah.
like that. One of your older messages I was reading.
So I mean, the problem is one of those cases is the moment you open the case, you can't back out of it. It's not like in the U.S. you open up a charge, and if you want to dismiss it, if it's domestic, usually you can't dismiss it. The state will be the will act as the victim's advocate, and they'll step in. Um, but in Dominican Republic, as soon as you start a charge, you just can't write a letter saying, "Hey, I'm going to dismiss it." This isn't. It was
Oops.
false what I claimed. Now they're going to
Yeah.
follow through with the investigation. Um, so the only thing I could think of is maybe perhaps. I mean, there's probably a lot of things going on, but maybe the victims just aren't talking. Maybe they got paid. I don't know. Maybe it's his career. So I mean, really, if he made a mistake, maybe it's worth just paying the mistake off. I don't know.
Uh-huh. Where you I live in Florida. Are you from Florida?
No, I'm not. I'm actually in Arizona.
Oh, Arizona. Okay. All right. You gonna catch some spring training out there?
Um, Actually, most of the spring training's out in Tucson. I live about 3 hours
Mm.
west of Tucson, so more towards California.
Uh,
So I really don't. I mean, we used to have a lot of activity here in our town. I believe the Padres were down here before 2000, but
yeah.
most of all the activities is out towards in Phoenix too. But Tucson, Phoenix,
Um,
they get more of the action. Um, so I guess the best thing is just I guess keep our fingers crossed and see what happens in the next few months, and hopefully there's a public release from either MLB or the Dominican Republic. Their prosecutor comes out.
yeah.
Um, but it I'm almost like certain something positive is going to come out because there he was acting like a predator. They would have had him in jail a long time ago. They would have had him in jail before. The difference between Trevor Bauer and Wanderers, you're talking about minors, and they act very quickly with them.
Where you
With
go?
Trevor Bauer, it's a little bit different. But minors, you want to swiftly act and take that person, get them off the street, and then make sure that he has no contact with those victims anymore. And we haven't heard anything. There's no taking his phone. I mean, there's been nothing at all. I mean, normally that's what would happen. They would raid you, take your phone. Your phone would be torn apart as far as photos.
Yeah.
text messages, all that. There's none. There's nothing. I mean, that's surprising.
Yeah. You you got any Aaron Judge cards by any chance?
I basically just have more base cards. I actually didn't invest in Aaron Judge. He wasn't one that I invested in. I did have Trout cards. I sold them. I did have Otani cards, and sadly, I sold them. I had autographs, and most of I flipped. And but Aaron Judge was never somebody who I invested in.
Okay, I got his uh Anthony Franco's auto out of 99. I paid $100 for it, so they were going for about
Now
300 last year. I'm hoping it goes back up. I might put it on
there's
eBay.
I did invest quite a bit in Jason Dominguez. I do have some autograph cards. So I probably this coming spring I'll probably unload those. I've been investing quite a bit on basketball as far as like Victor Wembanyama. Buying I over the summer I kind of loaded up on some of the cards. So, but as far as
Yeah, this is sorry. Yeah, this is the bat. That's the Wander bat. I don't know if you can see that.
I can.
Okay. Yeah.
And how did you
Um.
how did you get that?
I won it on eBay. I paid 110 for it, and then I got the case was like $90.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna sell nothing. Hopefully, as you were saying, hopefully something next comes out positive. Um. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think just give it whatever time it is. We just have to. There's nothing we can do to rush it. I mean, it is what it is, and we just have to kind of go on the ride, and hopefully, at the end, he does get cleared. But I think like I said, the only positive is nothing's happened yet, and that's kind of good.
What are the chances that you would put at um that he is back in that he's back? But like, what if they say he's cleared? What you think? The Rays would move on if he's exonerated, and there's no, he's cleared, and
Um, wow, that's a tough question. Um,
sorry,
that's
I
that's a,
put you on the
that's
spot.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether they want to hold on to. I mean, if he didn't do anything wrong, why not keep him?
Yeah,
Um, I mean, but then you have
you think it will be a distraction if it goes into like
could
February, March? It's like, oh hey, he's cleared. There's not gonna be no charges, no suspension. Oh, this is kind of like a suspension, you know.
I don't know. I that's a hard one to that's a hard one to answer. I'm not sure. If they'd want to keep him, trade him off. Um, which may I think he really brought a lot of people into the stadium, and I think a lot of people want to just go watch him play. Um, so I think Wander was very loved by Tampa Bay fans, and so I don't know. I don't know if he didn't do anything wrong. Why get rid of him? But I don't know. I mean, that's for the general managers to really come up with an answer with that. But I think that'd be kind of sad if he didn't do anything to release him. And but he'll get picked up somewhere. I'm sure somebody will pick him up.
Yeah. Where do you off top a little bit? Where do you think Otani? I think he might go to the Dodgers. I think the Dodgers will offer him like 550 over like 10 years or something like that.
I'm not sure if Otani I'm not sure if Otani even wants to leave. He's been with the Angels there for quite a bit of time. I mean, I'm sure every team would love to have him, but I mean, he's been committed to the Angels. The only thing is, the Angels. I mean, the Angels just have had a terrible luck with injuries, with Trout being injured. Um, I don't know. I mean, the last time I heard him interview, he says he's an Angel player. I mean, that's it. He's an Angel player, but I'm sure that he wants to win a World Series, and maybe the Angels isn't the team. You know, Dodgers would be a really good choice for him. The Yankees, I don't, that would be a perfect team for him. I guess any team would be perfect for him. Just the Angels is just not the team.
Yeah. Maybe, I mean, Padres, maybe?
I mean, perhaps
Braves? The Braves? Oh, man, if you go with the Braves.
for some reason I kind of think it'd be kind of more of New York Yankees. I think that's maybe where who would try to bring them in. I mean, there's just a lot of teams that I mean I think any team would have won him. I don't know what's in his heart. And growing up, I thought he was I thought he liked the Yankees when he was younger, but I'm not sure about that. Um,
Yeah.
but maybe maybe it is the Dodgers, maybe the Padres. I mean, I think another team that could be a big contender next year is going to be Cincinnati Reds. I think they have a really good team, and you know that would be a team that could use them.
Yeah. I appreciate all your insight on Twitter, and hopefully this gets resolved, one way or another. I think the Rays will be fine. They will have a plan. We have plenty of people coming through the system. So, but I hope Warner gets through this. He's one of my favorite players. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think anybody knows right now. It's just a matter of hope, and just kind of let the process complete itself. And like I said, I'm just surprised there's been zero leaks at all. There's been nothing at all, and just surprised nothing's happened. There's been no action. So I mean, that's the only reason why you can have hope is that nothing's happened yet. And and hopefully he does return back to the Rays. I mean, I love watching him. I love watching him play. I think he's an awesome player, and he had a great future, and hopefully he still has a great future ahead of him. Um, but nobody knows. I mean, right now it's. I mean, the MLB, if the MLB is going to make a decision, and hopefully they make a decision. If he's not guilty, he's reinstate him. If he's guilty, then follow through. But MLB sometimes will hold things against you even if you didn't do anything at all, and that's a
Yeah,
bad thing.
yeah, on Twitter, and oh, hey, for a picture or something like that. Oh, it's a foul. Yeah, I just want to come on for a few minutes. I appreciate it, Joe.
Yeah. Well, hey, have a good one. Nice talking to you, Eric.
All right. You ever been to Florida?
I was born in Miami. I was born
Oh,
in
okay.
Miami,
I'm
and
about 4 hours from
yeah,
Miami. I'm in Lakeland.
and 2013, I went to I went to Orlando, and I went to Ocola National Forest, and rode a canoe through the Ocola National Forest, and yeah, it's a I love Florida.
Okay. All right. You think we hear anything this week? Next week, maybe? Or you think it'll be kind
Uh,
of slow for the holidays?
I I um I don't know. I don't know. But if there is anything that comes out, I will surely let you know. But right now,
Oh, Yeah, I don't know. Usually, the longer something drags out, I heard the longer something drags out, like if this was in the U.S., this is already resolved, right?
Oh yeah, definitely would have been resolved by now. I mean, either he would have been in custody, or there would have been some bail set. Oh, definitely would have been resolved very quickly. I worked um, in the sex offender. I worked in the probation department for many years, and I one of the caseloads I had for 15 years was sex offender, and very quickly this would have been resolved. Um, Maybe court would have taken some time, but the person would have been in custody very quickly, and of course they would have had a bail set, and if they had enough money, they could have been released. But for the most part, it would have been resolved very quickly. So that's, like I said, the only reason why you should have a little bit of hope.
Yeah. Hopefully, we hear something soon. Yeah, I don't want this going to February and pitchers got to report and pitchers and stuff like that. So they'll
Yeah,
welcome him back with
absolutely.
open arms if it comes out clean.
Yeah,
And the truth will come out. I'm surprised it's taken this long. I mean, the what was his name? Clevenger. He was accused of um what was it? And that was resolved in 3 weeks. But that was here. That's a third world country, and the it's a mess over there, especially in the DR. If it was, and especially in the DR, so it's a
yeah,
mess over there.
yeah. I hear crime is very bad out there. I mean, it's awful, and I'm sure their police and their prosecutors, they got a lot of work out there. Um, so I guess I mean, like I said, I would just let the process, and at the end, it's what MLB decides, and may not be happy with the MLB decision. I don't know. MLB decision is what kind of scary, because I mean, Trevor Bauer was police decided not to charge Trevor Bauer, to charge
Yeah, and
him,
he got suspended 2 years.
and they hit him really hard. So I mean, I it's just wait it out. We have no control of anything, and just wait out the process, and just hope for the best.
Yeah,
But I think it is. And like I said, I think it is very positive that 4 months has gone by and nothing's happened. I mean, that's got to be positive. Now, if this was some other kind of charge, maybe it would take a while, but they would still they would have still arrested the
yeah,
person, and the
yeah.
person would be in custody, or some type of bond or bail or
You can
something.
see this. That's
But nothing.
MLB debut date Wander, and then I got a Rosarena. So just and I don't know. I doubt we hear anything this week, but maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'm not putting a timetable to it. I'm just kind of just letting it flow, and hopefully he comes out clear.
Yeah, I
So
got a Tops triple threads auto out of 99. I paid like 127, and then I got a prospect auto that I got authenticated. Well, it has papers on it. I pay like $80 for it, and then I got some base rookie cards and some second year cards and some numbered ones and stuff like that. So I invested a lot, like not as much as you, but I invested probably close to $1,000 with the signed bat and the ball and the cards and stuff like that.
yeah, the super refractor that came out of, I bought a break, and it was pulled in a break, so I paid very low for the break. I paid $150 to go into the break, and two Wanderers came out of there, an orange to 25 autographed, and a super refractor. And matter of fact, it was They were both in the same case, different boxes, but in the same case. And so it was a pretty it was a magical. Well, it was a redemption, and so I redeemed it immediately. Once the guy sent it to me, I redeemed it immediately, but it took tops nearly 1 year to send it to me, and I
Um,
just got it back, and I got it back in September after he
how
was.
much? How much is that super fractor worth if Wonder comes clean? You took. You said you someone offered you $1,000.
Yeah, I would say 5 to 10.
Okay, yeah.
It's not.
I was gonna say I was gonna say about $7,000, something like that.
Yeah, it's not his
Why is that
first.
person asking 150K for it? It's a super fractor. It's like a gold. Is that why? Gold vinyl.
Well, it's a one of one. I mean, there's only one of them, so I mean that's super refractors do hold their value.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
um, 150,000 is crazy. Now
yeah.
his very first super refractor, I think did go for 100,000,
And
and
I sold. I
I
got this. I paid. I'm surprised I got it at this price. And then Jim Mint 10. I mean, pretty clean autograph.
yeah. So I figured I wasn't going to get much more than 1,000. It was better for me to send it to PSA. I'm not going to get it back probably till the end of November, early December. I figured because of this whole situation, I could probably get away with paying $19. But otherwise, if he would have been playing and none of this would have happened, I probably would end up having to pay a couple $100 to get it graded because PSA goes by a value amount. So that's the only positive thing is that I'm not going to pay so much to get it graded, and hopefully after that things get cleared up. So whether it's I mean there could be rumors out there that there's going to something's going to be resolved in a couple of weeks. There could be some rumors out there, but
Yeah,
until there's something's official, just can't get excited until
like
the
Jeff
MLB.
Passan or someone someone knowledgeable and
Yeah,
someone
yeah. I mean, I on my Facebook, I saw some things, today, and I think people are kind of confusing the roster with possibly being positive about that, and it's probably just a
it's
normality.
it's it's only during the season. It's only procedural. So I wouldn't
Yeah,
put much thought into it. I'm like, uh-oh. I'm like, no, it's only during the season. So
yeah. So
hopefully
I
it's
think,
resolved before I don't know, like, do they count spring training as a season, or like, the first game is what, March 29th? So I would hope I mean, that would be almost a year. That's kind of ridiculous. Not eight
yeah,
months. Then you start to wonder, did more evidence come out? Is more accusers coming out? Is more, did someone lie? Did someone not? I don't know. It's a long story, Joe.
yeah.
My actually, I have two Uncle Joes, one in North Carolina and one in Spain. So I'm not gonna forget.
Oh wow.
I'm not gonna forget. I'm not gonna forget your name, man.
Well, I mean, from what I understand, it's they're down to only two victims. That's that. There's no three, four. It's only two.
Yeah, Alex. What's his name? Not Alex. Hector Gomez said there was three or four. When there was two, and then there might be another one. Lordana and some Richelli or something, or maybe that's his wife. It was like two girls.
Yeah, my understanding is it's down to two. So the other ones either didn't. There was nothing that happened. Whatever. Not sure, but it is down to two, and that's it. So there's not three or four or five. There's
Yeah,
two.
and she has a girl, and she's has a kid. So you were saying that she was 20 years old, but this could have been from a couple years ago. So maybe if they were both underage, I don't know. So it doesn't make it right. If
Yeah,
I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait till the facts come out.
yeah. If it's a statutory rape, I mean MLB will still, even though a statutory rape isn't as serious as as a child molestation case or a child pornography, a statutory rape, MLB will not reinstate him. I don't think they will. So, but MLB already knows. I mean, they've already probably know something. It's just surprising that Tampa Bay isn't, you know, either MLB is not saying anything to Tampa Bay yet, or but I mean, they have to know. They've already interviewed these people. They've either.
If something was even that, as you said, they would have came out already. You know what I'm saying?
I think so. I think so. I think. Yeah, I definitely would say that would have came out and but there's something big. There's something there that's going on. Um, you have different organizations in Dominican, just like in Mexico. You have different corrupt organizations out there, and I'm not talking about government corruption. I'm talking about illegal crime. And there's probably a lot of stuff going on, and maybe it was like a narco family who was trying to get money from Wander, and this is a much bigger thing. Could be, something a lot bigger. Could be threats going on. There could be a lot of things.
Yeah.
That Wander could be dealing with. So, because he's not saying anything at all either. I mean, just the picture of his car, and I think there was one that he deleted really fast. But otherwise,
Yeah, I saw him post a picture of a song and something like "Things will be all right," and he always, and what was his slogan? He said something about praying to God and things will be all right. Just pray and stuff like that.
yeah. So, Eric, I guess the best thing is just keep on riding down the road and just on cruise control.
Yeah, got my
until
fingers crossed.
and that's it. Keep positive and I mean, same thing with me. I'm just holding on to things. I'm not selling anything. I'm just gonna hold on to it.
Yep.
And
Like the stuff I showed you, I'm gonna stay stay put, stand pat.
same here. That's it. So, hey, I'm gonna let you go. It was nice talking to you. Um, and let's hope we get some good news. The next. I thought it was gonna be around the corner. I mean, the only thing, like I said, the only thing around the corner is that there's not 3 or 4 victims. There's only 2, and that I know for certain. There's only 2.
Yeah. Yeah, keep me in the loop. I'll keep updates with you on your Twitter page.
Okay.
And if I hear something, I'll let you know.
Great. Hey, have a great night, and if I hear something, I'll let you know right away. Okay.
All right. Have a good night, Joe.
All right. Good night.
Nice guy.